Of all the groups in Jesus' day, he was most critical of the Pharisees. And as a group, they demonstrated a great deal of piety and religiosity. And they had a certain amount of authority and power. But they did not practice what they preached. The Pharisees also were very much prone to pride. They liked titles of honor. They liked to be respected. But they tended to forget with whom they were in relationship with. That is, a relationship with God as Father, as teacher. Pride, more than anything else in life, can sometimes ruin a very sincere attempt to live a good life. There's a story that when President George Bush, the first, was running for a second term, he was working a nursing home for votes. And he asked one of the patients there, "Do you know who I am?" And the patient replied, "No, but if you ask the nurse, she'll be able to tell you. He who exalts himself will be humbled." Benjamin Franklin once wrote, "A proud heart is like a crooked fence. All the paint in the world won't straighten it." Our daily routine, how we live our lives, tells whether or not we are in a right relationship with God as his humble sons and daughters. Emerson once said, who you are speaks so loudly that I cannot hear what you are saying. In other words, actions speak much more profoundly than words. And Christ recognizes us by what we do ourselves more than what we say ourselves should do. And that is why those in any kind of authority, and in a particular way in the church, have much to answer for. In the church, we are all called to discipleship, and being a disciple has nothing to do with standing out, with being self-serving, or putting ourselves first. Jesus constantly reminded his most intimate followers that the greatest among you will be your servant, and all who exalt themselves will be humbled, and all who humble themselves will be exalted. And I think that's worth repeating many times a day. Whoever humbles himself whoever exalts himself will be humbled, but whoever humbles himself will be exalted. I think it is good for all of us to pray, to be more Christian, not just in name, but in what we do, and to ask the Lord for the grace to be a faithful follower of his.